Morning. This is Lori Broccolini with Life's Abundant Riches. I call myself the Enlightened Entrepreneur. And a lot of people don't know anything about me, but to be honest with you, about 12 years ago, I was really in a bad place. I was very angry. I was resentful. I was depressed, extremely stressed. I lashed out at my kids. I lashed out at my husband. My only recourse for peace was to ride or to drink. And I was really quite miserable. And so, and I'm sharing this with you because we get to a place in our life that we are miserable, we are angry, and we feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. And so over the past, what happened to me was during that time, something dramatic happened. I was always into natural care and natural medicine, but I never really studied it. And then my horse died. So the universe was giving me a wake-up call on my life, and I deeply loved that horse. He was only 3 years old. But it was 2 weeks later after he died that I went to a workshop with Dr. Regan Golub. And my life changed after that. My journey began then. And I went to school about a year and a half later with Dr. Julie Montgomery. She's down in Florida. Back then, at that time, it was before 9/11, I knew that there had to be a better way than the way I was going. And for 10 days straight, we lived and we breathed with our teacher. And it was the most positive experience of my life. It was so life-changing. In fact, I was the only student out of 14 that continued on with the journey of enlightenment. Enlightenment meaning living a better way of life, happier and more peaceful. And it's not to say when I came back, I didn't turn back to my little angry self, but no, I would learn to work on myself. And so what I want to share with you is in Life's Abundant Riches, it's a blog series of my journey into all the modalities that I learned since then to help you help your life, just in case you're stuck in a bad situation, just in case you're like angry one day and you're lashing out and you're just really bitter with life. And of course you don't want to take the route of Robin Williams, but I want to tell you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And it was amazing when I came back from school. They're better now. But back then I had adult teenage kids, as I called them. They just didn't want to grow up. They didn't want to leave home. One became mentally ill. And it was really challenging to live with them. And that was part of my anger. And but when I came back from school, I'll tell you this story. We had one particular son that just loved to wreck our cars. And so we would get him another car. And it's like, don't do that because you're just enabling him. Well, anyways, so to make a long story short, he wrecked a car. And so before I went to school, when any of the kids wrecked the cars or they did something bad, I would go ballistic. I would be like the raging mama, I would like, oh my God, nobody would come near me. And I would beat you up for weeks on end. But when I got back from school and one of them wrecked their cars, they were living with us, of course. And it was amazing. I didn't react to it. I was at total peace with it. And I just smiled. And I shifted my thoughts and I shifted my energy around it. And I just said, I just told my husband, I said, well, you got the money. Just go out and buy him another one. What else are you going to do? And so I really felt better about that. And believe it or not, after that, he didn't wreck any more cars. And it's amazing how, they tell you that the law, what like attract like. So all that anger, manifested into him too, I'm sure. And, but anyway, so follow my blog. We're going to be doing series, hopefully out here in this beautiful weather. I was hoping my horses would come out to see you. But we're going to be sitting and meditating with the horses. And, I'm just going to show you, I'm going to give you one tip. Okay. If you can get the book, it's called The Work of Byron Katie. Now, I have one of her books, and Who Would You Be Without Your Story? I don't know if you can see it there. And she asks you, this book literally saved my life. It was one of the best tips I can give you to get you out of depression, to get you out of yourself. It was life-changing for me when I discovered the work. In fact, I attribute it to saving my life. So we'll be going through some of the steps of the work, and sitting here in the morning. So hopefully follow my blog, Life's Abundant Riches. We'll be posting there, and have a great day.